Hi everyone. Today I am going to discuss about the anatomy and physiology for the GNM first years and unit 6 respiratory system. So in the respiratory system we have seen in last class that is bronchi and the bronchiole. So today we are going to discuss about the lungs. So lungs also there is a parts of the respiratory system. So lungs it includes lungs are pair of respiratory organs. So lungs also there is a pair of respiratory organs and they are two in number lying each side of the thoracic cavity. So the lungs can be there is a pair of two and it can be lying each side of the thoracic cavity. So they can be lying, the lungs can be situated each side of the thoracic cavity and they are separated from each other by heart and other structures. So the lungs can be separated by the heart and the other structures and each lung consists of apex and base, costal and the medial surface and there is a become cone shape. So there is a lungs, each lung consists of a apex and it is a become round shape, it is called as apex and there is a base. So it is become base and there is a costal means it is a against to the ribs and medial surface means there is a medial medial line of the lungs and it is the structure of the lungs. So lungs it includes the pair of two lungs and it can be situated two sides of the situated each side of the thoracic cavity. Their lungs can be lying each side of the thoracic cavity and they can be separated by the heart and other structures. So it consists of the lungs can be consist of apex and base and costal means there is a against to the ribs and medial surfaces. So midline of the lungs and the lungs can be become cone shape and it is about lungs. And next one is there is a apex. Apex means so first the apex it is rounded and lies close to the first rib and lies 25 mm above the level of the middle third of the clavicle. So the apex means there is a rounded and it is apex and it become rounded and it lies close to the first rib. So the apex of the lung can be very close to the first rib and there is a lies 25 mm and above the level of middle third of the clavicle. So the clavicle can be situated between the shoulder and the sternum and it is become clavicle and the apex can be rounded and lies close to the first rib. So the apex of the lungs can be situated very close to the rib and 2 by and there is a middle third of the clavicle and it can be situated at the level of the middle third of the clavicle. So clavicle it can be situated below the neck and it can be connected to the shoulder. So it is a clavicle and apex can be at the level of the middle third of the clavicle and it is very close to the first rib. So it is called as apex. And next one is base. So base it is called as base and the base become concave shape. So it is become concave and it is a concave shape. So there is a base is a concave and rests at the superior surface of the diaphragm. So the base can be rest at the superior part of the diaphragm. So it is a become diaphragm. So the base can be rest on the diaphragm. So it is called as rest and it is become concave shape. So it is a concave shape and the base is a concave and rest at the superior surface of the diaphragm. So the base can be rest on the superior surface of the diaphragm. It is called as base. And the next one is costal surface. So it is become convex. Convex means it is a like this. So it is a become convex and concave. So it is a concave. Coastal surface means it is a convex and lies against the ribs. So the coastal surface of the lungs can be lies against the ribs. So it is called as coastal surface. And next one is medial surface. It is a concave and consists of the hilum. So it is a medial surface of the lung. So in this medial surface the hilum can be situated. So hilum means there is a medial surface of the lung and there is a medial from this hilum, there is a where it can be enter and exist of the blood vessels and nerves. So from this hilum the blood vessels and the nerves can be exist and the enter by this hilum and exist by this hilum. So the blood vessels and the nerves can be enter and exist by the hilum. So hilum is a medial part of the lungs. So it is called as medial surface of the lungs. There is an apex and apex means it can be very close to the first rib and it can be situated along with the clavicle and the 2/3 of the clavicle. So there is a clavicle means it can be connected to the shoulder bone and it is become apex. And base means there is a base is a concave shape. So it is a concave shape and it can be rest on the diaphragm. So superior part of the diaphragm, the base of the lung can be rest on the superior part of the diaphragm. And next one is costal surface. The costal surface it can be convex. So it has become convex shape and there is a the costal surface of the lungs can be lies against the ribs and the medial surface it is become concave. So it is a become medial midline of the lungs and medial surface it consists of hilum and the by this hilum there is a blood vessels and nerves can be enter and exist from this hilum. So it is called as medial surface. And the next one is lobes. Lobes, there is a lungs divided into lobes by the fissure. So the lungs can be consisted of lobes. So the lobes can be divided by the fissures. So now we will discuss about the right lung. So right lung consists of 3 lobes: upper lobe, middle lobe and the lower lobe. So right lung consists of 3 lobes and left lung consists of 2 lobes. So it is the upper lobe and there is a lower lobe. So there is a right lung consists of 3 lobes and the left lung consists of 2 lobes. There is a 3 lungs includes the upper lobe, middle lobe and the lower lobe. And there is a left lung, upper lobe and lower lobe, only 2 lobes. So the lobes can be divided by the fissures. So in this upper lobe and the middle lobe and the lower lobe, in this right lung there is a 2 fissures. 2 fissures includes the horizontal fissure and the oblique fissure. So horizontal fissure it is become straight and oblique means it is become curved. So the oblique fissure and the horizontal fissure can be included in the right lung. So oblique fissure means it is become curved and there is a horizontal fissure become there is a straight. So the right lung consists of 3 lobes. It can be divided by the 2 fissures. So 2 fissures includes the horizontal fissure and the oblique fissure. So horizontal fissure can be straight and the oblique fissure it is become curved. And next one is left lung. So left lung consists of 2 lobes. So 2 lobes consist, there is a upper lobe and a lower lobe. So the upper lobe and there is a lower lobe can be separated by the oblique fissure. So upper lobe and the lower lobe can be separated by the oblique fissure. So oblique fissure become curved. So there is a oblique fissure can be separates the upper lobe and the lower lobe of the left lung. So it is about the lobes of the lung. So lobes can be lobes, it is a lungs divided into lobes by the fissures. So next one is root of the lung. So root of the lung, it is a become short which connects to the medial surface of the mediastinum. So the root of the lung, it is a become short and it can be connected to the medial surface of the mediastinum. So mediastinum means it is a division of the thoracic cavity. So the mediastinum, the root of the lung can be short and which can be connected to the medial surface of the mediastinum. So mediastinum, it is a division of the thoracic cavity and it extends inferiorly as a narrow fold called pulmonary ligament. So it can be from this mediastinum, it can be extends and inferiorly as a narrow fold. So from this mediastinum, it can be extends inferiorly as a narrow fold called pulmonary ligament. So there is a root of lung. And next one is structures of root. Structures of root includes the one pulmonary artery and there is a carries the deoxygenated blood into the lung for the oxygenation. So one pulmonary artery, it carries the deoxygenated blood into the lungs for oxygenation. For to oxygenation of the blood, and there is a one pulmonary artery, it carries the deoxygenated blood to the lungs for the oxygenation of the blood. So it is a one pulmonary artery. Next one is two pulmonary veins. So the pulmonary veins can be included the superior and the inferior pulmonary veins. So two pulmonary veins included superior and inferior pulmonary veins. So the veins can be helps in returns to the oxygenated blood from the lungs to the heart. So the oxygenated blood can be transported to the heart from the lungs. So the veins can be helps in the returns the oxygenated blood from the lungs to the heart. So the two pulmonary veins, there is a one pulmonary artery and two pulmonary veins. One pulmonary artery can be helps in the to bring the deoxygenated blood to the lungs for the oxygenation, and two pulmonary veins, it consists of superior and the inferior veins, and it can be helps in the returns the oxygenated blood from the lungs to the heart. And next one is bronchial arteries, and bronchial arteries, one can be right side of the lung and the left side, two can be left side, which convey the arterial blood to the lung tissue. So there is a one pulmonary artery and the two pulmonary veins, and the bronchial arteries can be included in the one can be right side of the lung and two can be the left side of the lung. So it is the bronchial arteries. So it can be convey the arterial blood to the lung tissue. So it is the bronchial arteries that transport the blood to the tissues. So lung tissues, the arterial blood can be transported to the lung tissue by the bronchial arteries. And the next one is bronchial veins. So the bronchial veins, there is a returns of the some blood and the from the lungs to the superior vena cava. Next one is areolar tissue. So there is a two pulmonary veins and the next one is bronchial arteries. So one can be situated at the right side of the lung and two can be situated at the left side of the lung. So there are three bronchial arteries. So the bronchial arteries can be help in the to transport the blood to the lung tissues. So the bronchial arteries can be helps to transport the blood to the lung tissues. So it is a bronchial arteries. And next one is bronchial veins. So the bronchial veins can be returns of some of the blood from the lungs to the superior vena cava. So the branchial veins can be helps in the returns the some of the blood to the from the lungs to the superior vena cava. So from the lungs to superior vena cava, the blood can be returned by the bronchial veins. So there is a bronchial veins. Next one is areola tissue. So the areola tissue, it is a connected, it is become connective tissue, and it can be around the blood vessels and the muscles and the organs. So it is a areola tissue. So areola tissue, it is surrounds the blood vessels and the muscles and the organs. It is become connective tissue. It is a layer and it surrounds the muscles and the organs and the blood vessels. So it is a structure of the root. Structure of the root includes the one pulmonary artery and two pulmonary veins and the three bronchial arteries and the bronchial vein, and there is a areola tissue. So it is a structure of the root. So thank you.